What's up, guys? Armored Puma 17. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about why the Kilo is considered the best gun to use for Warzone. Now, at the time of making this video, we've just begun Season 6. Since since the GRAW got nerfed in Season 5, the Kilo is widely regarded as the most effective AR to use. So I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of the attachments that you want to use, the recoil pattern, how you can counteract the recoil pattern, and what that recoil pattern is going to look like in different distances when you're using the Kilo. So let's check it out. Let's go ahead and look at the recoil pattern off of the base Kilo. So the interesting thing here is you'll note it starts going up and then it kicks off to the left a little bit. And the last half of the mag or so, it levels out. There's like no recoil. Let's watch that again. So up and to the left, and then it's going to quit right around here and hang out. So again, the last half of the mag or so, you're getting basically very little recoil, horizontal or vertical. And this is off the base. No attachments. All right, so now we're going to look at the Kilo with the 3 attachments that many people believe, myself included, are sort of must-haves when it comes to equipping an AR for Warzone. The monolithic suppressor, the commando foregrip, and on this one, I've got the long barrel. Now, the long barrel for the Kilo is called the SynGuard Arms 19.8-inch Prowler. Damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. So we're going to look at these 3. The reason I've got 3 is a lot of you are going to want either an optic, an additional attachment to help with something else, or like a 50 or a 60 round mag. So we're going to try to keep these videos to 3 attachments. Now let's look at the recoil pattern here. In fact, let's move a little bit closer to our stock recoil. All right, so it's definitely tighter. By not much. Now we're not super far away from the target we're shooting at. Here's the stock, here's the base over here, and here's with those 3 attachments. Again, you're getting less horizontal bullet to bullet, less vertical overall, and a little bit less horizontal overall. So you're getting a tighter spread, a smoother curve, still the same up and to the left, and then the last half of the mag, the recoil just dies. It just stays there for the last half of the mag. Okay, so now we're going to look at a loadout that I would commonly use in Warzone. Again, we have the monolithic suppressor on the Kilo, the SynGuard 19.8-inch Prowler barrel, which is the one for damage range and bullet velocity. Commando foregrip. We've got a VLK 3x optic. And a 60 round mag. Now you can change up the optic. You can decide, maybe I don't want a 60 round mag. Maybe I'd rather have, sometimes I use the, like the tack laser or an attachment like that instead of the mag. But I want you to look with our 60 round mag and watch again, our recoil pattern we expect is going to be up and slightly to the left. And after about 15 bullets, we should level off. And this is one of the reasons that the Kilo works so well as a traditional AR in Warzone. All right, so it's hard to see, but you get the up and to the left, about 15 bullets here. And the last 45 bullets, and this is no recoil control or counteraction on my part. I'm just letting it rip. The last 45 bullets are all within this range without me doing anything. All right, so let's do it one more time. Again, up and to the left, and there's a little bit of vertical through the last 45, but for the most part, they're hitting a tight spread on their own. One more time. Unbelievable. So again, here's the loadout. Here's what we've got. VLK, 3 times optic. Obviously, you can change that to something you prefer more. Monolithic suppressor is going to help with accuracy, range, some of your recoil, and it's also, obviously, it's not going to show up when you shoot. It's not going to show up on the mini-map. Syngard Arms, 19.8-inch Prowler barrel. Helps with accuracy, range, and recoil control. Commando foregrip, and the 60-round mag. Okay, so now we're going to see what it looks like if we try some active recoil, like cancellation or countering. So now what I'm going to do is, as the gun shoots, I'm going to try to counteract the recoil with my mouse. And let's see if we can do this. Unfreaking believable. You can only see 4 bullet holes because of how tightly they're spread. So again, what I'm doing here is, as this mag empties, I'm going slightly down and to the right to counteract this. And about 15 bullets in, I'm just going to let it sit there. Now, what I will notice on these last 45 bullets, or the last 15 if you're only using a stock 30-round mag, once you get past the first 15 bullet recoil, this cluster right here, there is a little bit of vertical run. So I'm just barely pulling down on the last 45. Let's do that one more time. I mean, again, you just can't really beat that. You can't really beat that. So one of the things you want to do with this, understand the pattern, and then work on actively counteracting your recoil, and that's going to make you a better shooter in Warzone. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to pick an example or a situation that might be a little bit more realistic. So instead of shooting at a wall that's about 15 yards away from us, let's try to find a target that we can shoot at that's maybe 60 yards away from us. Okay, here we are. So what we've got is a situation here where we've got a target out here that's probably 50 yards or so. This is, I would say, a fairly common shooting range for playing Warzone and getting into a gunfight. We've got one target here, and then we have another target, might be a little hard to see right back there, that is about twice as far. That's probably 100 yards or close to it. This is about the limit that I typically get into gunfights, where I'm really trying to kill the guy in Warzone. So let's, again, we've got our kilo, we've got the attachments that we want. Let's try to actively cancel the recoil and work on counteracting that and see how tight of a spread we can get from 50 yards. It's not too bad. Now, I whiffed a little bit on the first 10 bullets or so, but from 50 yards, that's not bad. I mean, if this is a guy, an enormous amount of those shots are landing. Right? All right, so let's try this again. Let's go for a farther target. This is going to be a lot harder, and this is a very difficult, it's a difficult target to hit anyways. This is really kind of an advanced technique that I'm going to try, and I'm probably not going to be very good at it. But about 100 yards out here, we're going to try to hit the center of this spray paint. Probably represents roughly the size of a upper torso shot. And we're going to try to actively cancel out the recoil that our gun is experiencing.
Low ammo.
All right. So it's definitely harder at range. It ran on me a little bit. I obviously need some more work with the kilo to really get that down. But let's see at 100 yards what our spread was. Oh. They don't, bullets don't apparently register that far. Alright, whatever. All right, so let's try that one more time and really see if we can clean that up a little bit. It's really not bad. Now, what I just discovered is that bullets don't apparently register the hit marks from this far, so we're not going to be able to see where those bullets are. But you could see now what I found in this 60-round mag is you're really getting so little recoil on the last 45 that I almost overcompensate and have to sort of retweak to get back on the center. But again, that's about 100 yards out. I feel comfortable with this gun trying to get into that firefight. I'm not crouched, which means I'm not getting any advantage with aim stability or recoil control or any of that stuff. I'm not mounted, which means I'm not getting any of those benefits as well. So this is standing up at 100 yards. Obviously, there's going to be times where you're going to be able to mount to something. You're going to be able to crouch, maybe even go prone and get an even better recoil pattern and easier to hit those marks. But still a really, really good bullet spread and a really good AR to use in this type of situation. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope that helped give you some insight as to why the Kilo is considered the best gun in Warzone right now, or the best AR. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, get notifications of any time I publish new content about guns and how to use them. You can also find me streaming on Facebook. It's fb.gg/armoredpuma17. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time.